What if the fairy tale was built on a lie? And Catherine finally found out. Behind the palace walls, where cameras can't see and courtiers whisper in shadows, something dark has been brewing. Now, Princess Catherine is gone, vanished from public life, leaving behind nothing but silence and speculation. But insiders reveal this wasn't a simple step back. It was the result of a chilling ultimatum. A secret buried deep within the royal family, one so explosive it shattered everything she believed in. What did Catherine discover that forced her to walk away from the crown, the palace, and possibly her marriage? Stay with us as we uncover the hidden truth that could change the monarchy forever. Catherine has just walked out of the palace. Forever. Leaving everyone stunned. A secret ultimatum changed everything. No more royal duties, no more palace life. What could have driven her to walk away? The truth is more complex than anyone imagined. Catherine Elizabeth Middleton was born in a quiet English village, far from royal life. Her early years were simple, peaceful, and private. She attended Marlborough College, where she developed grace, focus, and quiet confidence. But everything changed at the University of St. Andrews, where she met Prince William. Their friendship turned into love, and soon the world took notice. As their relationship deepened, the media obsession began. Catherine, once a regular student, became tabloid fodder. Still, she stayed composed, never reacting with anger. Her silence became her strength. When William proposed with Princess Diana's iconic ring, it wasn't just a royal engagement, it was a national event. Their wedding was a global spectacle, but beneath the joy was the weight of the life Catherine was about to enter. Becoming Duchess of Cambridge placed her under constant scrutiny. Every move, every outfit, every word was judged. Instead of resisting the system, she studied it. She adapted, choosing poise over rebellion, and became a respected member of the royal family. But it came at a cost. Balancing royal duties, motherhood, and relentless media pressure took a toll. Behind the smiles, Catherine was quietly struggling, until now. Now, she's gone. And the world is left asking, what finally pushed her to walk away? The crown may have looked like a fairy tale, but for Catherine, it came with hidden burdens. Joining the royal family wasn't a dream. It meant navigating endless expectations and sacrificing her sense of self. Every move was watched, every silence questioned. Her smile was analyzed, her motherhood judged. Even simple moments, like picking up her children from school, became headlines. Though admired for her grace, few understood the emotional toll she carried. She had to live two lives, one for the public, one for herself. Slowly, the real Catherine began to fade. Learning royal customs, unspoken rules, and how to present herself took a silent toll. Unlike William, she wasn't raised in that world, and the pressure to be perfect never eased. Comparisons to Diana and scrutiny over Meghan only heightened the public's obsession. Critics called her too cautious, too quiet, yet through it all, Catherine never complained. She gave up privacy, freedom, and parts of her well-being. Despite all she offered, appreciation was rare. Over time, her famous composure began to show signs of wear. Behind her elegant exterior, exhaustion set in. The spotlight had become draining. Quietly, she began facing a private struggle that would change everything. Then came the moment of truth. In a calm and sincere video, Catherine revealed she was unwell. Her voice trembled as she admitted the reality. This wasn't just stress or fatigue, it was serious. The illness would alter her life. With that, people finally saw her not just as a royal, but as a human being, a wife, a mother, and a woman in the fight of her life. She began stepping back from royal duties, not out of weakness, but out of necessity. Her journey had never been a fairy tale. It was a path walked with grace, pain, and quiet courage, a role she chose to carry, not out of entitlement, but out of strength. Catherine began missing events she never usually skipped, raising concern and sparking media speculation. Behind the scenes, she was undergoing medical tests while protecting her children from the growing chaos. At first, doctors couldn't give a clear diagnosis. But eventually the truth came: cancer. Quietly, she began treatment, including chemotherapy. There were long, painful days and tearful nights where she questioned her strength. The palace, typically silent, had to break protocol and confirm the news. Catherine wasn't stepping back by choice. It was a matter of survival. Known for her steady presence, she now had to put her health first. This was a rare break from royal tradition, but something beautiful happened. The public responded with overwhelming support. Flowers and messages flooded the palace. Even critical media softened, many offering apologies. The world stood with her, not as a royal, but as a woman fighting for her life. Her illness disrupted the royal calendar. Events were delayed, and duties reshuffled. With King Charles also battling health issues, William had to juggle official responsibilities while caring for his wife and children. It was a heavy burden, and Catherine's absence was deeply felt. Still, she didn't disappear entirely. She quietly shared encouragement and remained connected, showing that even strong people have fragile moments. Her vulnerability became her strength. She reminded everyone that stepping back isn't weakness, it's human. In a major decision for their family's well-being, they left Kensington Palace and moved to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. The palace had become overwhelming, a place of history, but not comfort. Adelaide Cottage, modest and peaceful, offered privacy and healing. Once home to Queen Adelaide, it now gave Catherine space to recover and be herself, away from cameras and royal pressure. There, her children could play freely, and life could return, if only briefly, to something simpler and more real. Catherine began missing events she would never normally skip, raising concern and sparking media speculation. Behind the scenes, she was undergoing medical tests, searching for answers while protecting her children from the chaos. The diagnosis didn't come quickly. Her condition was unclear and ever-changing. But when it finally came, it was devastating: cancer. She had already started private treatment, including chemotherapy, enduring long, quiet days and sleepless nights filled with worry and pain. Eventually, the palace had to speak publicly. Their statement was cautious, but the seriousness of her condition was unmistakable. Catherine wasn't stepping back from royal duties by choice. It was a matter of survival. Known for her grace and reliability, she now had to put herself first, breaking from royal tradition to prioritize healing. The public responded with overwhelming compassion. Flowers, letters, and kind messages poured in. Even the media, once critical, softened their tone. Some even apologized. For once, the world saw her not as a royal, but as a woman in pain. Her illness disrupted royal schedules. Events were postponed, and others had to step in. King Charles, facing his own health issues, couldn't fill the gap. So William took on more, balancing public duties with caring for his wife and children. The question began to rise: could the monarchy carry on without Catherine's calming presence? Though absent from the spotlight, Catherine stayed quietly connected. She supported others going through hardship, showing that vulnerability doesn't mean weakness. Her silence was powerful, reminding people that real strength is knowing when to pause and heal. Amid recovery, she made a big decision for her family: to leave Kensington Palace. Though rich in history, it had become stifling, loud, watched, and far from peaceful. With her health in mind and her children growing, they moved to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. Modest but charming, it once belonged to Queen Adelaide, a quiet symbol of strength. There, Catherine found the calm she needed. The cottage became a retreat, away from cameras and expectations. For the first time in a long while, her family could just be. The kids could play freely. The noise of royal life faded, giving space for healing, love, and simply living. In May 2025, King Charles visited Canada for 2 days, marking a significant moment with his speech at the state opening of Parliament, the first by a monarch since his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, in 1957. His thoughtful words, honoring his late mother and showing respect for Canada's political and cultural landscape, were warmly received. During the visit, Charles also opened up at a cancer support event, sharing how his diagnosis reshaped his outlook on life. He spoke of the kindness he experienced from the public and healthcare workers, delivering a heartfelt message of hope and gratitude. His honesty and emotional openness have marked a shift in the monarchy, toward transparency, compassion, and a modern approach to leadership. Health updates have been encouraging. Doctors say his treatment, ongoing since 2024, is progressing well, and he continues his royal duties with strength and composure. His calm, healthy lifestyle has played a role in his recovery, and he's used his platform to promote wellness and cancer awareness. Following his announcement, visits to Cancer Research UK's site rose by 42%, showing the powerful impact of public figures sharing personal struggles. Despite his illness, King Charles remains active, meeting leaders, supporting charities, and connecting with the public. His resilience has inspired many. Formerly seen as reserved, he now embodies strength through vulnerability. His journey has become a symbol of quiet determination and human connection, showing that true leadership lies in empathy, grace, and unwavering dedication. As his treatment continues into 2026, people around the world send well wishes. Charles's openness has created a rare bond between the monarchy and the public. His battle with cancer is more than a private fight. It's a story of courage, love, and the enduring spirit of hope. Amid the royal spotlight, a quiet battle was unfolding, not loud or public, but very real. It was the constant tension between the royal family's polished image and their private truths, between clinging to tradition and adapting to a modern world. At the heart of it was Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Graceful, poised, and often seen as the perfect blend of tradition and relatability. Yet behind the scenes, maintaining that balance was growing more difficult. Though there were no dramatic scandals or headlines at first, internal tensions began to surface. Palace staff noticed subtle shifts, disagreements over how the monarchy should evolve. While some older royals wanted to protect the status quo, William and Catherine believed change was necessary to keep the monarchy relevant. As Catherine's influence grew with the public, so did resistance from within the palace. After Harry and Meghan's exit, the situation grew more sensitive. Their interviews sparked renewed public scrutiny, and the royal family faced mounting distrust. Palace unity started to crack. Catherine, who had long avoided royal politics, was now pulled into critical conversations about the monarchy's future. Her views were clear. The family needed to evolve, but not everyone agreed. Older royals thought she was pushing too hard. Younger ones wished she'd push harder. Caught in the middle, Catherine could no longer remain neutral. Every glance, every smile, every silence was analyzed. Reports of growing tension with Queen Camilla, awkward dinners and distant encounters, only fueled the fire, amplified by tabloids and online chatter. Through it all, Catherine remained composed publicly, but those close to her noticed a change. She grew quieter, attended fewer events, and kept her circle close. Then came a quiet but powerful decision. Catherine stepped back from royal duties. There was no dramatic speech, just a brief, unexpected statement. It wasn't permanent, but it was significant. The woman known for steady devotion had reached her limit. She wasn't angry or fleeing, just tired of bearing the weight alone. The palace responded with polite words, but behind the scenes, it was a shock. King Charles, already facing health concerns, was deeply affected. William was caught between duty and love, while Camilla's silence spoke louder than words. Public reaction was divided. Some praised Catherine's strength, others drew comparisons to Meghan. Social media exploded with support and speculation. But one thing was clear: the princess who always stood firm had taken a step away, and it changed everything. Many saw Catherine's quiet exit not as dramatic, but as a peaceful step by a reserved woman choosing herself after years of duty. News outlets picked apart her past interviews, body language, and speculated whether she had finally reached her breaking point. Some questioned what her absence meant for the monarchy. Could it maintain tradition without her? What would happen to Prince George's future without her steady guidance? People wondered if she would retreat from public life or continue supporting her causes quietly. mental health, children's welfare, and more. For the first time in years, she was free. No titles, no schedules, no pressure. But that freedom raised deeper questions. What happens when someone shaped by duty walks away? Her departure wasn't rebellious or angry. It was calm, personal, and deliberate. Without fanfare, she made it clear she had reached her limit. Now, as the dust settles, the world is watching, because Catherine's exit doesn't just affect her, but the monarchy itself. She was seen as a symbol of stability, and her absence has revealed cracks in the royal image. Within palace walls, relationships remain complex, especially between Queen Camilla and Princess Kate. Their dynamic has shifted over time. Kate, from a middle-class background, entered the royal family with grace and modern charm. Camilla, once publicly criticized, brought her own traditional approach. Early on, Camilla reportedly had concerns about Kate's lack of aristocratic roots and unfamiliarity with royal customs. Despite these doubts, Camilla offered guidance, advising Kate, for instance, to wear a tiara at her wedding instead of flowers, upholding royal tradition. Over time, their contrasting styles became more apparent. Kate connected with the public in a warm, relatable way, while Camilla remained more reserved. Tensions reportedly rose over royal responsibilities, with Camilla reluctant to step back from certain duties. At King Charles III's coronation, observers noted Kate did not curtsy to Camilla, a gesture some took as a subtle sign of strain. The guest list added to the speculation. Camilla's family was prominent, while the Middleton presence was limited. These moments raised eyebrows about internal royal dynamics. Still, there have been signs of improvement between the two. Though challenges remain, their evolving relationship continues to draw public interest, and may shape the future of the monarchy. Queen Camilla and Princess Kate have often appeared together at public events, working side by side and showing a friendly connection. As wives to the current and future kings, they share a unique understanding of royal life's pressures. Their bond reflects how the monarchy is evolving. Two women navigating tradition, expectation, and personal challenges while revealing the human side of royalty. But the royal family now faces an uncertain chapter. With Catherine stepping back, the once stable image of the monarchy feels shaken. She wasn't just William's wife, she was the modern heart of the royal family, known for her grace, relatability, and quiet strength. Her absence has left a noticeable void, not only in royal duties but in public trust. Without her, scrutiny has grown. If someone as composed and admired as Catherine felt overwhelmed, what does that say about the institution itself? Confidence is fading. People want answers, not formality. And William, already burdened by duty, must now manage both public concern and personal hardship. Other royals like Princess Anne and Sophie may step up, but few connect with the public like Catherine did. King Charles, facing health issues, leans more on the younger royals. But how long can they carry the load? Behind palace walls, cracks are showing. The public no longer accepts tradition without question. They demand transparency and change. Catherine's quiet exit has sparked reflection. She didn't give interviews or seek drama. She simply walked away. And in doing so, she may have delivered the loudest message yet. Her departure forces the monarchy to confront its resistance to change. Her story is no longer about wearing a crown, it's about redefining what strength looks like. Now people wonder, will she return, stronger and on her own terms, or has she chosen peace over duty for good? Whatever the future holds, Catherine has already reshaped what it means to be royal. Not through confrontation, but by stepping away with grace. What do you think about Catherine's quiet exit and its impact on the monarchy? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.